That moment you hesitate before kneeling down to tend to your garden, or feel a flash of instability walking on uneven ground. It's a quiet fear that creeps into the lives of so many of us after 50, the fear of losing our strength, our balance, our very independence. But what if I told you the conventional wisdom about needing complex gym routines and heavy weights to combat this is fundamentally misunderstood? What if the science points to something far simpler, more elegant, and profoundly more effective? Most people will underestimate the power of these three simple movements, and almost everyone misses the extraordinary importance of the third exercise, which the latest science reveals is as much for your brain as it is for your body. Stay with me, because what you learn today could fundamentally change the trajectory of your health for the rest of your life. Aging redefined. For generations, we have been told a story about aging. It is a story of inevitable decline, a narrative that charts a slow but certain course toward frailty, weakness, and dependence. We see it in our culture, we hear it in casual conversation, and many of us have come to accept it as an unchangeable fact of life. But I am here to tell you that this story is outdated. The cutting edge of medical science is now rewriting that narrative, revealing that while we cannot stop the chronological clock, we have enormous influence over our biological clock. The focus is shifting from simply extending our lifespan to dramatically improving our health span, the number of years we live with vitality, strength, and full function. This is a profound and empowering paradigm shift. It moves us from being passive victims of time to being active participants in our own health destiny. Your body is not a machine with parts that are doomed to wear out on a fixed schedule. It is a living, dynamic, and breathtakingly intelligent ecosystem, equipped with powerful, built-in health defense systems. These are the systems I have dedicated my life to studying: angiogenesis, regeneration, the microbiome, DNA protection, and immunity. These are the systems that work tirelessly, day in and day out, to heal you, protect you, and keep you strong. The process of aging, when it becomes problematic, is often a sign that these defense systems are being weakened or overwhelmed. But here's the beautiful truth. These systems are responsive. They listen to the signals we send them: the food we eat, the way we move, the rest we get. These are all forms of information that instruct our biology. We can either send signals that accelerate decline, or we can send powerful signals that bolster our defenses and promote a state of youthful vigor. It's about understanding the language of your own body and learning to speak to it in a way that encourages strength and resilience. The new science of aging isn't about anti-aging, it's about pro-vitality. It's about choosing a future defined not by limitations, but by possibilities. The conventional story of aging as a downhill slide is not just pessimistic, it is scientifically inaccurate. It robs people of their agency and their hope. Our goal is to replace that old story with a new one, a story backed by rigorous scientific evidence. It's a story where a person at 60, 70, or even 80 can possess a level of strength and functional mobility that was previously thought impossible. It begins by rejecting the notion of inevitable frailty and embracing the principle that with the right inputs, the body has an astonishing capacity to maintain and even rebuild its own strength long into our later years. This isn't wishful thinking. This is the new reality of proactive health, muscle's importance. When we talk about staying strong as we age, we often think about muscle in a very superficial way, as something that helps us lift things or look good. But the role of muscle tissue, particularly after the age of 50, is so much more profound and central to our overall health. To put it simply, healthy muscle is one of the most powerful guardians of your well-being. It is not just a structural asset, it is a critical metabolic organ, an endocrine system in its own right, that orchestrates a symphony of life-sustaining processes throughout your entire body. Forgetting this is a critical mistake in managing our long-term health. Consider its role in blood sugar regulation. Your skeletal muscle acts as a massive reservoir, a glucose sink, for the sugar you consume. When you eat a meal, your muscles greedily pull sugar out of your bloodstream to be stored as glycogen for future use. The more healthy, active muscle mass you have, the more efficiently you can clear sugar from your blood. This is a powerful defense against insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, and type 2 diabetes, which are rampant in our aging population. By maintaining muscle, you are literally creating a metabolic buffer that protects you from one of the most common chronic diseases of our time. Furthermore, muscle tissue is a crucible of metabolic fire. It is far more metabolically active than fat tissue. Pound for pound, muscle burns significantly more calories at rest. This means that maintaining muscle mass is key to maintaining a healthy metabolism and a healthy body composition as we age. The common complaint of a slowing metabolism in midlife is often, at its core, a story of muscle loss, or what we call sarcopenia. By preserving our muscle, we are preserving our body's engine, ensuring that it continues to burn fuel efficiently, which helps to manage weight and prevent the inflammation associated with excess body fat. Finally, your muscle is your body armor. It protects your skeleton, providing a dynamic and responsive scaffolding that absorbs shock and stabilizes your joints. Strong leg and core muscles dramatically reduce the risk of a fall, and in the unfortunate event of a fall, having a well-muscled frame can mean the difference between a minor bruise and a life-altering fracture, like a broken hip. Beyond this, when your muscles contract, they release beneficial molecules called myokines. These are like natural medicines produced by your own body, and they travel through your bloodstream to exert powerful anti-inflammatory effects, support your immune system, and even communicate with your brain. Muscle is not just about brawn, it is the cornerstone of your metabolic health, your structural integrity, and your body's internal pharmacy. Foundation first. So, where do we begin? We begin with the foundation of all human movement, the cornerstone of our functional independence. The first, and arguably most important exercise to master after 50 is the bodyweight squat. I know this might sound either too simple or perhaps too daunting, depending on your current fitness level, but I want you to reconsider the squat, not as a high-performance athletic lift, but as a fundamental life skill. It is the very movement you use to get up from a chair, to sit down on a toilet, to lift a grandchild, or to pick something up from the floor. Losing the ability to squat is losing a piece of your autonomy. The beauty of the bodyweight squat lies in its accessibility and its profound effectiveness. You don't need any equipment. You don't need a gym. You only need your own body and a little bit of space. To perform it safely and correctly, start by standing in front of a sturdy chair, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing slightly outward. Initiate the movement by pushing your hips backward as if you are about to sit down. Keep your chest lifted and your gaze straight ahead. Your back should remain in a neutral, straight position. Lower yourself down slowly, with control, until your buttocks gently touch the chair. Then, without collapsing onto the chair, push through your heels and squeeze your gluteal muscles to stand back up to the starting position. That is 1 repetition. The chair is not just for rest, it is your safety net and your guide. It ensures you are learning the correct hip hinge pattern and prevents you from going too deep too soon, which could put unnecessary strain on your knees. If a full squat is too challenging right now, that's perfectly fine. Simply start with a range of motion that you can comfortably control. Even a small partial squat is sending powerful signals to your body. The goal is not to perform a maximal effort lift like a powerlifter. The goal is to perform a smooth, controlled, and graceful movement. Consistency here is far more important than intensity. Aim to perform a set of 8 to 12 of these squats every single day. Make it a part of your morning routine, perhaps while you wait for your coffee to brew. This simple daily practice targets the largest muscles in your body, your glutes, quadriceps, and hamstrings. By doing so, you are sending a daily wake-up call to your metabolic engine, reminding your body that these powerful muscles are essential and must be preserved at all costs. It's the most powerful investment in your future mobility you can make. Biomechanical science. Let's look under the hood and understand the elegant science behind why this simple squat is so incredibly powerful. When you perform a squat, you are doing much more than just burning a few calories. You are engaging in a sophisticated conversation with your own biology at the cellular and hormonal levels. Every time you lower and raise your body, you are creating mechanical tension in the muscle fibers of your legs and hips. This tension is a critical signal. It is one of the most potent triggers for a process called muscle protein synthesis, the fundamental mechanism through which your body builds and repairs muscle tissue. This mechanical stress activates specialized sensor proteins within the muscle cells called mechanoreceptors. Think of these as tiny cellular alarms that go off in response to physical load. When these alarms are triggered, they initiate a complex cascade of biochemical signals inside the cell. One of the key pathways activated is known as the mTOR pathway. You can think of mTOR as the master construction foreman inside your muscle cells. When it gets the signal from the squat, it gives the command to start building, to take amino acids from your bloodstream and weave them into new, strong muscle proteins. This process directly counters the natural age-related tendency towards sarcopenia. Furthermore, this simple movement has a profound impact on the powerhouses of your cells, your mitochondria. Your mitochondria are the tiny engines within your cells that convert food and oxygen into usable energy, or ATP. The health and number of your mitochondria are directly linked to your vitality and youthful energy levels. As we age, mitochondrial function can decline, but exercise, like the squat, is one of the most powerful ways to stimulate a process called mitochondrial biogenesis, the creation of new, healthy mitochondria. Your body intelligently responds to the increased energy demand of the squat by saying, "We need more power," and building new cellular engines. So with each squat, you are not just working your muscles, you are upgrading your entire cellular energy grid. You are also improving your neuromuscular connection. Your brain must send precise signals through your nerves to coordinate the complex pattern of muscle activation required for a squat. Practicing this movement strengthens that mind-muscle link, making you more coordinated, more stable, and more efficient in all your daily activities. This isn't just exercise, it's a deep-seated biological instruction, a command for your body to remain strong, energized, and capable. It's a message that penetrates from the level of your whole body right down to your DNA, pushing power. While the squat lays the foundation for lower body strength and mobility, we must also address the other half of the equation, our upper body and core. The ability to push, to support our own body weight, and to have a strong, stable torso is equally critical for functional independence as we age. It's what allows you to push yourself up from a bed or from the floor after a fall, to carry heavy groceries with a stable posture, or to safely place an object on a high shelf. The second exercise, therefore, is the humble and highly scalable push-up. This single movement is a masterpiece of compound strength training. Many people, especially after 50, immediately feel intimidated by the idea of a push-up, picturing the grueling military-style version on the floor. But we must abandon that all-or-nothing thinking. The brilliance of the push-up lies in its infinite scalability. The safest and most effective place to start is at a wall. Stand facing a sturdy wall, about arm's length away. Place your palms flat on the wall, slightly wider than your shoulders at chest height. Keep your body in a straight line from your head to your heels, engaging your core muscles to prevent your back from sagging. From this position, bend your elbows and slowly lower your chest toward the wall, keeping your body rigid. Go as far as you comfortably can while maintaining control, and then press firmly back to the starting position. This is a wall push-up. It recruits the same muscles as a floor push-up: the chest, pectorals, the shoulders, deltoids, and the back of your arms, triceps, but with a fraction of the load, making it incredibly safe for your joints. As you get stronger, you can progress. Move from the wall to a kitchen countertop, then to a sturdy table, then to the seat of a couch. Each progressively lower incline increases the percentage of your body weight you are lifting, allowing you to build strength in a safe and incremental manner. You might eventually progress to performing push-ups on your knees, and perhaps one day to a full push-up on your toes. But the goal isn't to reach some arbitrary endpoint. The goal is to consistently challenge your muscles wherever you are in your journey. Performing a set of 8 to 12 of these modified push-ups daily sends a crucial signal to your upper body to maintain its bone density and muscle mass, providing you with the functional strength needed to confidently interact with your world. Systemic strength. Just as with the squat, the push-up's benefits radiate far beyond the muscles you can see and feel working. It is a systemic wellness tool. When you perform a push-up, particularly as you progress to lower inclines, you are placing a healthy load not just on your muscles, but also on your bones. Your bones, much like your muscles, are living tissues that respond to stress. The pressure transmitted through your hands, wrists, arms, and shoulder girdle during a push-up signals your bone cells, the osteoblasts, to get to work. They respond by laying down new bone matrix, which increases bone density and strength. This is a powerful defense against osteoporosis and fractures in the upper extremities. Furthermore, the push-up is an extraordinary indicator and improver of your cardiovascular health. Groundbreaking research has shown a direct correlation between the number of push-ups a person can perform and their risk of future cardiovascular events like heart attacks and strokes. Why would this be? Because performing a set of push-ups is a significant challenge to your heart and circulatory system. It elevates your heart rate and requires your vascular system to efficiently deliver oxygenated blood to your working muscles. Consistently practicing this makes your heart a stronger, more efficient pump, and can even improve the health and flexibility of your blood vessels. The compound nature of the push-up is also key. To hold your body in a straight, rigid line throughout the movement, you are forced to engage your entire core, your abdominal muscles, your obliques, and your lower back. A strong, stable core is the central link in your body's kinetic chain. It connects your upper and lower body, allowing for the transfer of force and providing stability for your spine. A weak core is a primary contributor to chronic lower back pain, one of the most common complaints of aging. By practicing push-ups, you are indirectly armor-plating your spine and building a foundation of core strength that supports nearly every move you make throughout the day. So this one simple, scalable movement is simultaneously building your upper body strength, increasing your bone density, improving your heart health, and fortifying your core. It is a perfect example of exercise efficiency, where a single, well-chosen movement produces a cascade of positive effects throughout multiple body systems. It's not just about pushing yourself away from a wall, it's about building a more resilient, integrated, and systemically healthier version of yourself, one repetition at a time. It's a daily investment in your total whole body integrity. Balance blueprint. Now we arrive at the third exercise. This is the one that is so often neglected, yet its importance as we age cannot possibly be overstated. If the squat builds our foundation and the push-up secures our upper body, this third movement protects our most precious asset, our connection to the world and our ability to navigate it safely. This exercise is not about raw strength or power. It is about grace, stability, and neurological health. It is the simple practice of single leg balance. A decline in our sense of balance is a hallmark of aging, but it is not inevitable. It is a skill, and like any skill, it can be practiced and dramatically improved. Falls are a silent epidemic among older adults. They are the leading cause of fatal and non-fatal injuries in this population, and they can be the trigger for a devastating spiral of declining health and loss of independence. But a fall is rarely an accident. It is often a symptom of a weakened system. Improving your balance is one of the most powerfully proactive steps you can take to safeguard your future. The practice is simple and requires no equipment. Find a clear space in your home with a wall, a countertop, or a sturdy chair nearby to hold onto for support. Start by standing tall and shifting your weight onto one leg. Have your supporting hand gently resting on the wall or chair. Then, slowly lift your other foot off the ground, just an inch or two. Keep your gaze fixed on a single point in front of you to help maintain your stability. Your goal is to hold this position. You will feel the small muscles in your standing foot and ankle working tirelessly, making tiny, rapid adjustments. This is your neuromuscular system hard at work. Your brain is receiving a flood of information from your body and sending back instantaneous commands to keep you upright. Hold the position for 10 seconds, then 20, then 30 seconds, or for as long as you can with good form. Then switch to the other leg and repeat. As you gain confidence, try to rely less and less on the wall for support. Perhaps you only touch it with one finger. Eventually, you may be able to let go completely. To increase the challenge further, you can try closing your eyes for a brief moment, which forces your body to rely entirely on its internal sense of position. Or you can perform the exercise while standing on a pillow to create a more unstable surface. Practicing this for just a few minutes each day is a profound investment in your safety and your cognitive health. Neurological youth. The practice of single-leg balance goes far beyond preventing falls. What you are doing when you balance is conducting a powerful neurological workout. You are directly stimulating and strengthening a crucial part of your brain called the cerebellum. Located at the back of the brain, the cerebellum is the master coordinator of voluntary movement, posture, balance, and motor learning. Think of it as the brain's gyroscope and a sophisticated supercomputer dedicated to ensuring smooth, precise physical action. When you stand on one leg, the cerebellum is firing intensely, processing a constant stream of data from your eyes, your inner ear, and the pressure sensors in the soles of your feet. This process of receiving sensory input about your body's position in space is called proprioception. It is often referred to as our sixth sense. A sharp sense of proprioception is what allows you to walk through a dark room without bumping into furniture, or to know exactly where your foot will land when you step off a curb without having to look down. As we age, our proprioceptive abilities can diminish if they are not actively challenged. The practice of balancing is a direct and targeted way to keep these vital neural pathways sharp, clear, and responsive. You are literally recalibrating your brain's internal GPS system every time you do it. But the benefits do not stop there. The latest neuroscience is revealing a fascinating link between the health of our cerebellum and our overall cognitive function. The same neural circuits that are involved in motor control and balance are also implicated in cognitive processes like attention, memory, and even emotional regulation. The brain is not a collection of siloed, independent departments. It is a deeply interconnected network. Stimulating and challenging one part of that network, such as the circuits for balance, can have positive, downstream effects on other cognitive domains. Think of it as cross-training for your brain. So, when you are standing on one leg, you are not just building stronger ankles. You are fortifying your cerebellum. You are honing your proprioceptive skills. You are reducing your risk of a life-altering fall, and you are engaging in an activity that may help preserve your precious cognitive function for years to come. This is why the third exercise is so critical and so often misunderstood. It is the bridge that connects your physical body to the intricate, wonderful wiring of your brain. It is an investment in what could be called neurological youth, a state of sharp, responsive, and resilient brain function. The synergy. Now let us take a step back and appreciate the beautiful synergy of these three chosen exercises. This is not a random collection of movements. This is a carefully selected, minimalistic protocol designed to create a comprehensive shield of strength and resilience for your body after 50. Each exercise complements the others, addressing a different critical aspect of healthy aging, and together they form a whole that is far greater than the sum of its parts. They work in a powerful, reinforcing triad to protect your future self from the most common threats of aging. First, you have the squat. This is your foundational strength and metabolic health. It targets the largest muscle groups in your body, directly combating sarcopenia and maintaining your metabolic engine. It preserves your ability to perform the most essential movements of daily life, ensuring you can stand up, sit down, and move through the world with power and ease. It is the anchor of your functional independence, keeping your lower body strong and metabolically active. This is your defense against weakness and the onset of metabolic disease. Second, you have the push-up. This provides your upper body strength and your structural integrity. It armor plates your bones, fortifies your heart, and builds the pushing power necessary to interact with your environment confidently and safely. It ensures that you do not become a lower body only individual, but maintain a strong, integrated, and capable physique from head to toe. It develops a powerful core that stabilizes your spine and serves as the bridge between your upper and lower body. This is your defense against frailty, poor posture, and the loss of functional utility in your arms and torso. Third, the push-up. Finally, address your upper body and core. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, using the appropriate incline for your current strength level, wall, countertop, etc. Maintain a straight line with your body and focus on the pushing motion. Rest for 30 to 60 seconds between sets. This will also take about 5 minutes. That's it, a 10 to 15 minute daily commitment. The best time to do this is often in the morning, as it sets a positive metabolic and neurological tone for the entire day. But the most important thing is that you do it. If the evening works better for you, that is perfectly fine. The goal is to build an unbreakable habit. Don't worry about perfection, especially at the beginning. Just show up for yourself each day. Some days you will feel strong, other days you will feel tired. That's normal, just go through the motions. Consistency is the magic ingredient that transforms this simple routine into a powerful force for long-term health. Future self, as we conclude, I want you to take a moment and think not just about your health today, but about the person you want to be in 10, 20, or even 30 years from now. This practice, these 3 simple exercises, are not merely a way to manage the present. They are a profound gift you are giving to your future self. Every controlled squat you perform today is a deposit into a future where you can easily get up from the floor to play with your great-grandchildren. Every push-up is an investment in a future where you can carry your own luggage on a trip you've always dreamed of taking. Every moment spent in quiet balance is a step toward a future where you can walk confidently on a sandy beach or a forest trail, free from the nagging fear of a fall. This is not about vanity or recapturing the body of a 20-year-old. It is about something far more precious. It is about preserving your freedom. The freedom to engage with the world on your own terms, the freedom to live without constant assistance, the freedom to continue being a participant in the great adventure of life, not just a spectator. You are forging the physical and neurological resilience needed to live out your years with dignity, strength, and joy. Do not underestimate the power of these small, consistent daily acts. They are a declaration. They are a statement to yourself and to the world that you are not a passive victim of the aging process, but an active, intelligent, and powerful steward of your own well-being. The path to a long and vital health span is not paved with punishing extremes, but with gentle, mindful, and consistent acts of self-care. You hold within you the power to write a new story for your aging process, one filled with possibility and strength. Today is the perfect day to begin. Your body is an incredible vessel, capable of astounding resilience if you give it the right signals. Which of these 3 movements feels like the one your body is asking for the most right now? Share your thoughts below.